Well, my live stream shut down. I don't know why. Maybe I'm having a power issue over here. But I'm going to tell you again that why you haven't started something, nothing, why you haven't started nothing yet, I believe has a lot less to do with you and a lot more to do with what society is telling us. It's telling us that we're not good at technology. It's telling you that you don't have time. It's telling you that you'd rather be watching TV than doing this. It's telling you things, but here's what I think is the most insidious part. We're listening. That is the biggest reason why I don't believe a lot of folks out there, a lot of you out there haven't built nothing yet. Now, we have all the tools. Would you agree? We've got all the tools. There's all kinds of tools. I may show you a couple of them here. I don't know if something's shutting down on the computer or what's going on. Looks like it's good, right? Verizon's shutting down. So who knows? Internet goes down, who knows? But here's what I think. Here's what I think. I think there's a lot of people that are just in our heads. They're telling us things. They're convincing us that we don't got it. We're too old. We're too young. They're convincing us of things that, wait, when we really think about it and we get out of our feelings. I was talking to a lady today. I was coaching her today. I do this all the time, y'all. I coach all the time. I'm doing business coaching. Sometimes you mix in a little life coaching, all that kind of stuff, right? Because why I consider myself and call myself the monetize your life guy, and so many other people are getting that, is because they're starting to see that you're able to pull from all pieces and parts of life where that person's at. Not some cookie cutter, but right where you're at. So why you haven't started nothing yet probably has nothing to do with you all the time, but some of the time it does. Anytime we're being convinced that we are not technical, oh, I'm not technical. And then I go, hey, pull out your phone, give me a phone call, send me a text. And you go, oh, okay, you're technical. Get it? But somewhere along the line, oh, when it comes to computers, I just freeze. Oh, until you have to use it for work. Until, remember, the pandemic, and we all had to use it for work, or we had to use it to communicate with people, and all of a sudden, we figured it out. So with what's coming in terms of AI and what's available to us, it's time. It's time to build. So why I think you haven't done nothing yet is because you're still kind of waiting to be pushed over the edge. I don't push. But what I do is encourage. That's what today is. I'm going to encourage you to start something. Something. I don't care how old you are, but something. I don't care how non-technical you are, something. Because I'm going to show you the tools that I use that allow me to start something every day. Whether it's writing a book, I've written 2 in the last 2 weeks. Or it's starting a new website or landing page or something that I may not even put out because it looks janky. But the point is, I had to get past some of the stuff people have been telling me. They told me that, that show Landman is really good. And it is. So I was watching it. And then they says, well, that other show is pretty good too. And you can watch maybe 3 to 4 seasons of them. Stay up all night. You don't have to go to work in the morning, right? You can sleep and you're an entrepreneur. And I kept hearing it and I kept listening to it and I kept realizing, wait a minute, this is keeping me from doing stuff that I think could help somebody. So I got a responsibility. So look at this. So when we start thinking about all the stuff that we could do, let me show you a couple of things, right? Number one, the number one thing that we can do is stuff that I talked a little bit about yesterday. All right. Y'all remember that yesterday? Right? I talked about passive income follows asset. assets. Okay. So, people were like, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I get it, Randy. Yeah, fine, fine, fine. And then we talked a lot about this stuff here a couple of days ago. And then I says, well, here's some receipts. Here's what I do. I do all kinds of stuff. I use different tools. And I says, it's time to just jump after it. Start creating digital real estate. Why I like digital real estate is because that other stuff is hard, man. And then I said on some other shows, hey, here's how you make bank in your bathrobe. Now, who don't like that? Every now and then I show up in my bathrobe and I'm like, yep, it's chilly in my room. So I'm going to be making bank in my bathrobe, y'all. And then we go out there and we do this. We start creating stuff. Now, I'm hearing some things that are saying, well, I don't know what to do with all my ideas. Yes, you do, because I've told you. And then I did something different today. So in the YouTube description field, I put in where you can get this. Click on the link and book a meeting with me. Now I'll meet with you for 60 minutes, no charge. And I'm expensive, very expensive. But then you remember for the 30 days, I says, we're going to do this. We're going to create this. But if you're brand new, this is the kind of stuff I like to talk about, right? How we're going to create things. We're going to create digital products. We're going to get out there and do stuff so people can talk about you like this, saying nice things about you. I don't brag, I blueprint, right? Because we've got all of this stuff available to us. No matter where you're at in life, you're spiritually connected. Okay, that's fine. That's good. You can create massive amounts of things. Now, here's what I have been hearing. I want to show y'all something. So I teach and facilitate entrepreneurs on the weekends as well as during the week. Like today, I was over from 9 to 12. I was over at my favorite coffee spot. And I just invited entrepreneurs to come on over. So I had a person come over, a lady come over. I was going to be there till noon anyway. And she just sat with me and just started asking me questions about different things. And it dawned on me that the reason why she hadn't started anything, it wasn't her fault. Not at all. Whose fault was it? Nobody's. The thing is, in her particular case, it was some stuff she didn't know. She's, Randy, I don't know how to do that. But then when I'm talking to a lot of entrepreneurs, I want to share a couple things with you. This is what I hear all the time. See if this is you. See if this is you. So if you're listening out there, see if this is you. And this is why you have not started anything. You haven't built anything. You haven't put any out there. Okay, I'm just going to go through some things that I heard from some of my coaching. Number one, Randy, I don't know how to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of things that I use, some tools that I use. And I'm going to say, okay, well, depending on what you want to build, how you want to build it, how you want to go about it, here's some tools. I use one tool, actually a couple of learning management systems that covers it all. Fair enough? I use two different ones. Why I use two? I don't know. I don't know, silly, I guess. But I will fire a tool. In fact, I just fired another tool today. Somebody says, what are you talking about? You fired a tool. Yeah, oh yeah. I no longer need it because I came across another tool that introduced something better inside of their ecosystem. So I didn't have to go far to get, and I used to want to get this other tool and they included it in what they do. I thought, brilliant. But here are some of the reasons why you may not have built anything yet. And I'm just going to go over and I'm going to just ask you. Now, I'm not going to say anybody's name, but this is some from when I'm talking to entrepreneurs. One was like, I want to market a product, develop interest. I want to create a customer base. Now I don't have a customer base. Okay. Could that be you? Could you be out there saying, well, the reason I haven't gotten after because I don't know who to sell to? That's fair. Now, One other person says, I'm here to monetize my skills. Well, I'm the monetize life guy, of course. Yeah, right. That's what I'm going to show you. And to make sure that that feels aligned with what I choose for myself and my strengths. Now, key thing with that person wants to align what they do in life with their skills. Now, one of the things that I have to adjust and adapt sometimes is a worldview that says, I'm just going to do what I want to do. Well, we're not going to make any money. The reason why we're not going to make any money if we do that is because nobody care what you want to do. They care about themselves. And how can you get them to where they want to go? And that's it. When we go out there and we search for the problem, find the problem, solve the problem, they pay us. And if we do it well and we do it fast, if we do it faster than the GPTs and all that, then we get more money. Okay, here's another one. I'm here to deploy my tools. So this person's got a lot of tools and they're not using them. I was talking to a lady today and she says, man, I got all these tools. I says, well, tell me what you use and I'll help you use them. Because I probably have used them. This is what I do for a living. I find tools, I use the tools, I make sure that they work for me, and then I help other people use their tools or I help them use the tools that I have. I recommend them. Like if you notice in the description field, I'm recommending quite a few tools. Why? It's because I use them. So I say, well, if I'm already using them, I can teach you. Oh, okay. So now this other person says, I'm here to take action and get ideas out of my head. So is the possible reason you haven't started nothing because you got too many ideas in your head? Well, we talked about that in, I think in some of the early live shows. I talked about getting them out of your head. All right. I'm going to show you some tools here in a few minutes that's going to help with that. Right. So another person said, and I'm just reading a whole bunch of, right. I try not to get too fancy with that. It says, tell me why you're here. I'm here to learn how to connect. In this particular case, connect her book to clients and how to network. Because you know what happens, y'all? We get sitting at the house, whether we're semi-retired, retired, or, doing whatever the heck you want to do in life. We get to sitting around and we forget how to go out there and be around people. I kid you not. It's easy to do. One of the main reasons why I get my butt up every morning and go to the coffee house to get around people. There will be no hermiting here. All right. Another person says they want to learn marketing strategies. They want to learn how to get customers. They want to learn how to build landing pages, build presentations for speaking gigs. Okay. So what are y'all hearing? What's the thread? It's something I don't know how to do. Okay. Now I'm here to get help with structure and the next best steps. Structure. Sometimes people come and show up for consistency. Well, I can tell you, if you've been showing up here, like I expect you to show up, you have cured yourself of the consistency disease. Trust me when I say this. I had it bad. It's like, oh man, I'm not consistent. And then I did my 30-day challenge, not just for others, but I did it for myself because I needed to prove to me that I could show up every single day at 9:00 without fail. And I have. And then I says, this feels pretty good. I think I'll continue. Why am I here? Okay, next one. Somebody says, you know what? I tend to pause. I tend to procrastinate. Probably out of fear of failure and not being perfect. Well, now we know that perfectionism is a lie. Why? It's because somewhere along the line, somebody told us that you're being a perfectionist. Somebody could also told us that you're being a procrastinator, right? But we also start saying, I just don't want to do it. There's nothing compelling me to do it over doing something else. That's when I start talking about that insidious part. It's like, I got other stuff to do. But then we see people that got no choice. They become what I call no choice entrepreneurs. No choice entrepreneurs is out there doing it, right? So watch this. I'm going to show you Again, I use a lot of different tools. I'll show you some of the tools. I'm just going to show you one because I love this tool so much. I can't help myself. Sorry. So I'm going to show you this tool that just turns me on, man. And it does because I can do so much with it. Watch this now. The one that I have all the free flip books on, that's this one. It's the one that the live is going on right now because I can do stuff like that. So wait a minute. You mean I can just do stuff on lot? Yep. All right. So what else? So I got an affiliate dashboard. I got a main dashboard. I got my students dashboard. I got a CRM. I got contacts. So I can put all my emails here. That's why I use it. Sites, websites. So if I wanted to start a brand new website, or what I like to do is I like to create sales funnels, right? And I got like 100 of them. Some of them are test sites and all these different things. Some of them are my book, like this one right here has my book. This one has the digital products. So watch this. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna look at this one. And now this one right here, look at this. I have a whole different domain for that. randyo.store/17 easy to create and sell digital products. Look at this. This is a landing page that I then put my digital products on so that I can present those digital products to people. Look at this. Then so this right here is talking about the I don't know how to do things. Well, I'm showing you. And then I go, you want to click on the calendar so that you can have me walk you through stuff? Go for it. And then if you say, well, I'm busy, well, I go, doing what? Well, obviously it must be more important than, but if it's like, well, I'm busy getting ready to watch, the new what's the new legal show with Kim Kardashian in it? Yeah. I like Kim Kardashian too. So I wanted to watch the show, but I was like, nah, I got other things to do. I want some other stuff. I want to do some other stuff. So now you get a chance to create these kinds of things for yourself and other people. Sometimes I suggest people just do it for themselves. I build stuff that I never put out because it's fun. So here in this particular case, if you clicked here, you then go over to the 17 digital products. So you build something. So I'm teaching you how to build something, because the reason why you have not built nothing yet sometimes is because you don't know how. No harm, no foul. Sometimes you think, and somebody has convinced you that you're not technical. Remember, we talked about that. So, but look at this. But then when I come along and I say, yeah, let's bust through that. Here's some SMS stuff. Here's how you can get people. SMS, that sounds nasty. Don't be nasty. All right. Now, so SMS, that is, through text. So they got other things here. So this is why I use this particular one, automation. So if I wanted to automate everything, I can do that. So let's say if I wanted to create something, right? Let's say I wanted to create a course. All right, here's a couple of courses that I create. My email marketing courses. This is Learn Email Marketing to Make Money for Beginners. All right. That course is out there right now doing stuff for me. Again, not bragging, blueprinting. So introduction, I have it like this. So, keep this in mind. You can do these little micro courses based on what you know. And I just heard something today that just blew me away. Here's the big thing. All these tools and stuff like that, all this stuff that people are putting out there, it's going to become, here comes a word that I typically don't say, ubiquitous. In other words, it's going to become common that this tool that you use, that everybody else uses, the chat GPTs are going to start talking the same, and eventually there ain't going to be no special. But what is special is you. All those years. I'll give you an example from my own life. I drove a high-low. Everybody know what a high-low is? Right down south, they call it forklift. Here, they call it high-low. I drove a high-low for a lot of years. Well, because that's the way I started. I had no problem working in a factory because that's all I knew. And I made good money. I ended up becoming a supervisor. They paid for all of my college. And I just had to show up every day and get on this forklift. Well, eventually you start getting like, hey, this forklift this is hurting my knee, my back hurts, my butt hurts. And you start thinking about what else could I do other than this? But I tell you what, if I had to teach how a person could start off and make themselves a nice little bag and then go out and buy themselves a two-family house because I did that. That right there ain't what everybody else done has done. That's your special something. I kid you not. I don't care if you're 88, 86, 85, 84, 44, 34. Find something that you do. Find something, it may be quirky. I'll give you an example. I was watching somebody the other day and they were knitting. I had no idea that knitting was so big, but knitting is huge. Crocheting and knit, oh my God, whole communities of folks, not this folk, but whole communities of folks. So if you know how to do that kind of stuff, package it. Let's do that. Right. So in this case, I know how to do email marketing. So I created the course. Look at this. So if I open up the course, this is how it looks. First things first is it opens up to a video. So this is the pre-lesson. Now the video, I go through a couple of things. I introduce you to the course itself, blah, blah, blah. It says, hey, marketing pays big. I go into talking about this. Now, does this look impossible to build technologically? Now, typically, if I'm in front of people, I go, no hand better go up. But this is what I'm going to be showing people how to do. This is what I'm showing you how to do. All right, so let's do it. So then I got some statistics here that shows that $40 comes back for every dollar spent. All these different statistics that show, and this is why you want to literally create an email marketing, or you want to do email marketing. All right, so let's exit this. So I'm showing you all the different things that you can create, right? So now here's get your course. Now I created this as a micro course. I'm showing you this to show you how I do it so that you can look at it and go, wait a minute, that don't seem too hard. Now, again, this is for educational purposes only. I'm not giving you any financial advice. I'm literally saying that a lot of the stuff that you might try may not make you a dime. This has made me money. Your email marketing for beginners course. So it's just really, really simple. I can come back in and go, okay, well, I added some new stuff. This right here, this new lecture is going to be for AI only type stuff, right? So let's say I say, get your course and I want to add a lecture here. Then that's what I would do. Or if I want to add a lecture here, lecture just means course. And it could be something super duper simple, something that you know how to do. Write it down, use your ChatGPT. Here's the thing about ChatGPT. It'll tell you exactly what to do. And here's what I've been making a lot of inroads in, helping people put together the stuff that ChatGPT told them what to do. I says, bring what ChatGPT told you. I'm going to show you how to implement, execute, because that's what's missing. And I'm going to show you how to stay consistent because we're going to do this for X amount of days and you're going to show it. And they show up because now I have an expectation for them. You see what I'm doing here? You have some kind of skill too. And I hate to say skill, but you got some quirks or some things that you like or some things that you've been doing and nobody else knows how to do, or people look at you like, you do what? Package that. Trust me when I say this. There's somebody else out there. I used to hear this term, there's a lid for every jar. If you're the jar, there's a lid for you. That's hope. So create stuff, right? Use tools like this or whatever tool you want to use. I like using this tool because it does for like, I think $17, $27 or something like that. Now I got to pay, the max version or whatever it is. But still, this thing is less than $850 a year. I might spend $850 on a couple of good weekends with some gym shoes involved and some, a suit or two, whatever. So, but look at this. Now I can go out there and just add students. I can do all kinds of cool stuff, view and customize the theme if I want to change up some stuff. But then this is what I can do too. I can go over to websites. Let's go to websites real quick. All right. Now I call this code infused, but I can create a brand new website from here. I call it code infused because sometimes when I'm playing around with code, I just go over here and practice. Here's one that I practiced on, and this is what I'm going to be releasing this. But look at this. It automatically gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It automatically gives you 6 pages. And then this particular one is called this one is actually called, it goes with the book that I'm doing called The Bamboo Principle, right? So here it is, Bamboo Principle. Hopefully the folks that have the business bamboo don't come calling me. But anyway, so this is what's possible. So I took the book and I created an actual, it's not live, it's join the waitlist time. But it talks about how do you track stuff you can't see. Now you may, depending on how long you've been coming and seeing this, you may have seen me do this. I just wanted to go back over this and show you that if you are finding yourself stuck and there's a reason why you haven't built nothing yet, one hand I want to say, not your fault. And on the other hand, I'm saying, but it is your responsibility. Not your fault, because people have been lying to you. People have been lying to us saying, you can't do that. You're over 50. You're over 60. So anyway, here's what you have an opportunity to do. Now you see this right here. I haven't done anything with it, but it gives us a template, right? So if I want to go like into a pricing section or something like that, it gives us a template. So tell me you can't, with this already halfway done, just go in there and tighten it up. Look at this. Right? So let's say I wanted to build something. Let's say I just wanted to start from scratch, right? I have no code. All right, fine. Right? So we go like this. And then I'm gonna say my new site. All right. And then I'm gonna select the domain name. Now I got a whole bunch of domain names, right? This one right here says it's in use. Great. Can't use that one. Got the cash flow couples. I got from career home. That one's available. See, from career for better life results. All right. I got all kinds of different, I got over 100 and I think almost 200 domains. But that's digital real estate, y'all. Make money with it. That's available. Join Hasu, the Monetize Your Life guy. Y'all saw I was using that on another one, the Citizen CEOs. Let's just pick that one. All right. So it's giving us the path. That means the first part of it. Now I can say Citizen CEOs / my new site. See that? My new site. And then that becomes the link. English. Yep. Save. All right. So it's already saved it. Now it's saying, hey, buddy, pick a template. We've already put something together for you. Pick something that you might like. So I look at something and I go, hey, I like this one. This is all right. Template selected. So I'm gonna hit save. So look at this. So now it's saying, okay, now you can get in there and just kind of plug and play. All right. You got these beautiful colors. Well, I don't want that. Now, this is a pretty simple site, but you don't need much. And some people go, oh my gosh, if you really look at people's websites, and I don't like building websites, but hey, they give it to us, so why not, right? So we go here and do something like this. We go, well, what's my logo? Watch how easy this is, right? So I'm gonna go, okay, cool. My logo is, it's I can add text here. You see how they did it? They just says, look at this, my logo. So let's say your logo. All right, we hit save. Now it's already given us, like I said, remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's given us 5 or 6 pages already. So we just got to get our butts in there and change stuff. So when we start looking at all this stuff moving around, you go, oh my gosh. When I first started, I was like, oh, there's too much stuff moving. But then I started figuring it out. I started going, wait a minute. This right here is one whole section. This right here is like 1, 2, 3. And they put 3 like that so that they could put this thing in the middle. I get it. So we go in there and we go, okay, cool. Each one of these allows us to do different things inside of them. Now, let's say you see that little area right here. Let's say I wanted to put a video or something right there. So I can pull that over. Look at this. Look how easy this is. Watch this. And now I got a video. Now I wouldn't do that because that looks like trash. But look, so now I can say, all right, this is real cool. This is real easy. And it's done. Put a video in there. I could put a video down here. I could do all kinds of stuff, right? So I just like to get out of these things. But that's the point. I just wanted to make sure that you were able to see and understand that the reason why you have not built something yet is because it's perhaps you don't know how. Or like the things I showed you that some of my entrepreneurs talk about a lot. If that's the case, I'm here to help you. Literally. What do you need help with? Now, You let me know in the description field inside of YouTube is an area where I can come in and help you. So it may not be that you want to build a site. That's fine. You might want to do something more exciting because you have figured out that I don't need to do that because there are a lot of AI sites. Well, I love to use AI sites too, and I build those and I put them in here. Look at that. That's beautiful. I put the AI site, I build it up, I code it up, and I put it right in there because I like the other functionality that this thing has for me. And that's the beautiful part is that you can use it in that particular way. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. It looks a little off on that screen, but this screen, it looks great. Got the little side part, right? You can put in some different things. But anyway, if you want to code something up and then use your system IO in this particular case, you could. Right? Some people are using some other things. I don't know why, because I have found that those things are super duper expensive and they don't give you what you need. This will give you everything you need. So it's a little bit of a sell job on this. Yeah. Why? Because I really wanted you to go and start stuff. Be undeniable. I told somebody this earlier today. Be undeniable, be unstoppable. Because she was asking me, I told her I was showing her how to one of the shows how to buy how to build a book in less than a week. She says, "Randy, do I need a LLC for that?" So, you don't need none of that stuff. You just need to be unstoppable. Are y'all with me? So everybody that's listening, I want you to say and repeat after me. I just need to be unstoppable. Let nothing get in the way. There's no need, not ourselves. Don't let ourselves get in the way. Nothing. Let nothing get in the way of us achieving things that we want to achieve. That's my message for you today.